Guys, welcome back to the ZeroTakes channel. Today we just got a quick video here. Uh, we're going to be predicting the NFL playoffs. This 2025-2026 playoff record. I think it's a really interesting year, and I know I don't really do much sports stuff now. I'm hoping to integrate a little more in the future with sports. Talk about a little bit of soccer, a little bit of football, maybe some basketball, along with the movie and you know, media stuff I usually talk about. But let's just jump right in. Let's start with the AFC today. Um, so first game up here, we have the Patriots at the Chargers. Very important game to me. I got a friend that's a Patriots fan who will not shut up about the Patriots and Drake May, and just because of that, I'm not even going to look at the football aspect of it. I am picking the Chargers. Oh, by the way, we are doing this on the NFL Perry website, a pretty fun website. The daily Wordle type thing for fantasy players. It's a fun time. I recommend checking it out. Next game. This is really probably the most fun game that's in the first round in my opinion. This game could go either way. The Jags have been so hot lately, but you just can't help but think that it is Josh Allen's year to win. I mean, there's no Mahomes, there's no Burrow, there's no Lamar. You got to think at some point he's got to get it done or at least make it to the Super Bowl. And just for that, I think I'm going to go with the Bills. Next, we have the Steelers at the Texans. This might be one of the easier games to predict. I don't think the Steelers really have much juice. The whole AFC North was really weak this year. As a Browns fan, yeah, spoilers, I'm a Browns fan. Not fun, but it is what it is. AFC North was really weak this year, and the Texans defense is just so good. Stroud plays so good in the playoffs. There's no signs of him slowing down this year in the playoffs. He hasn't been as good as his rookie year, but I think that he will step up, and this should be a pretty easy game for the Texans. Going over to the NFC, first game. This is also a really fun game. This is more narratively fun, I think. The weather's going to be really bad here in the Packers and Bears game. I am going to go with the Bears, though. I know a lot of people like to pick the Packers here. I just think they have home field advantage, the Bears, and I think their offense is a lot better than the Packers right now. You have no Tucker Kraft. The defense for the Packers is pretty hurt. I know the Bears defense really stinks, but I think that with weather like this, the more explosive offense should be in favor, and that's why I'm just going to give it to the Bears here. Next game, we have the Eagles at the 49ers. Also a really fun game. This is like battle of the opposites again. The Eagles, great defense. The offense really stinks again. And the 49ers offense is great, and the defense is the exact opposite. I think their past games, other than week 18, they were scoring like 50 points and letting up like 40. So it's really which way you want to go with it. I've kind of flip-flopped between the two this past week, just trying to figure out which one I really think is going to win. I've kind of gone back and forth in my head. And kind of the only one I came into this video without really knowing. It's going to be a pick off the seat of my pants, I guess, here. Let's see. Eagles are coming off the Super Bowl. 49ers are just so hot. It is in Philly. I think that this is going to be an upset. I think the 49ers will get this done. I think they're just a little too hot right now. The Eagles haven't done anything. Now, home field advantage is a scary thing to mess with, especially in Philadelphia. The fans pretty crazy, but I just don't think the Eagles have any juice left. They started pretty hot this year, but I just don't see it. And this last game, I'm not going to talk about it too much. Even though the Panthers did beat the Rams in the regular season, I just don't see it happening now. They have Devontae Adams back. I mean, this should be a roll. It might be closer than people assume it's going to be. I'm sure everyone's saying that, but I really just think the Rams are going to roll here. So now we have our second round matchups. Chargers versus the Broncos heading back over to the AFC. Got a divisional round matchup. And I think this is pretty easy. The Chargers, I mean, this easily could have gone to the Patriots. I kind of picked them out of spite. But, sometimes spite picking works. You kind of manifest it. But I think this is an easy Broncos victory. The Chargers are just decimated, both offense and defense right now, especially O-line. It's been really tough to see. I had Amari Hampton on my fantasy team, and he was pretty good when he played and pretty disappointing all the rest of the year. So I'm going to go with the Broncos there. And then this could potentially end up being a top 10, not top 10, sorry, top 3 game of the playoffs if it happens. I mean, the Texans defense is so good. Josh Allen's so fun to watch. It's just going to be an absolute great game. I think that it's going to be another heartbreak year for Josh Allen. I know I said it should be the year he gets to the championship. That's why I had him over the Jags. I think the playoff experience of both teams, while the Buffalo Bills have been in the playoffs more, I think that the Texans still have a decent amount of playoff experience, and I'm going to take them and their defense to overcome the Bills, giving us a Broncos versus Texans AFC Championship game. In the next round, I'm going to go pretty chalk here. And not chalk by numbers, I should say. I'm going to go chalk with the public perception. I think the Seahawks will beat the 49ers just because their defense is so weak right now, those 49ers. I don't see the Seahawks losing, although they have been pretty stinky the past couple weeks. Sam Darnold has not been what he was at the start of the season, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see a Seahawks early exit, but I also wouldn't be surprised if we see a Seahawks Super Bowl run. So it could go either way. It really just depends on that quarterback and how he's going to play. If he's going to play like first half of the season Darnold or last half of the season Darnold. But I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I think they will get it done. And like I said, chalk, but public perspective chalk instead of seeding chalk. I'm going to go with the Rams. Bears, good story. Get a playoff win. Get their division, leading their division. Get the 2 seed. That's an awesome story. Hopefully they build on that. But I don't see them getting past the Rams there. So now we have our 2 championship games, AFC and NFC. In the AFC, I think I'm just going to ride with the Texans. I don't know why. I can't explain it. Bo Nix maybe could be behind that. I had him on my fantasy team as well. I was watching a lot of his stuff. He's a good quarterback, but he just has games where, man, what is he doing? And I feel like the Texans defense could cause that. And this one, flip of the coin, I am going to go with the Rams. I think for the same reason. Darnold, don't trust him. And even though he has shown he can win games and be a good quarterback, he just has those games in him. This comes down to the Super Bowl. Get this over and done here quick. I do think that the Rams will overcome the Texans and win the Super Bowl this year. Thank you all for watching and subscribe.